What is up, YouTube? We are here with the GOAT, the man, the myth, the legend, fresh off his first YCS talk. Do you want to talk or anything before you get into your profile, or you just want to go into it?
I'll get into it as I'm going.
All right, top 64.
Yeah, we played Naturia Runick. I got like 41st after Swiss. Lost in top 64 at a Dominic couch.
He probably cheated. I'm just kidding, Mr. Dominic.
Dom's broken. Alright, so we got standard, 3 mole cricket, 3 camellia, sunflower, blessing, and tree. This is a full Naturia engine. This is just like standard. You shouldn't play any less than this. I don't think you play any more than this. This was perfect.
What could you even play? Like, I saw someone played One Foolish Burial Goods.
I play that. I was like counting that later. Yeah, I play the one. This is like, I didn't want to count it as this because it is Naturia card technically, because this just gets you a Naturia card, but it's also like kind of an upstart goblin for a runic spell. You just like dump it if you want it off the field spell. I drew this a decent amount of time. It was pretty good. I guess we'll do the Runicks next. 2 fountain, and then a heavy runic engine, 3 tip, 3 slumber, 3 destruction, 3 freezing, 3 flashing, and then 3 of the bad ones, I call them. These are basically useless. This one's like okay, rip a card out of your opponent's hand after they search. I never resolved any of these like normal effects. They're just instant fusions. They're just to get Hugin. Just like more consistency to get to the field spell.
Everything's standard except this one, right? Like, don't a lot of lists play like 2 of this?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like play. Yeah, they'll play like just these 2, or they'll play 2 dispelling. This in testing came up like a decent amount of times to like just get the deck out faster. But that never came up. A lot of times I would like side it out in certain like matchups. But I probably wouldn't cut down on any of these. Like, I liked having this like amount of runic spells, and I don't think like trading golden droplets out for one of these is like really relevant. Like I said, I never even activated any of these effects besides the special the whole tournament. So I like the ratios a lot. 3rd fountain is like a possible inclusion, but like I don't really want to brick on it. Like fountain's good if you draw it like with a bunch of runic spells, but at the same time I don't really want to draw it. I'd rather just have like a couple runic spells and Naturia cards. There's like sometimes I would like brick and not draw any Naturias, and I don't think adding like a fountain would really help that. So we have 6 non-engine cards.
I think that's about the standard number too.
Yeah, you can't fit a whole lot. Like your runic spells take care of like non-engine for the most part. Like against Cash, your freezing curses and your flashing fire all out a rise hard if they just like end on that, which most of them do. Tip is also like another way. You don't really want to do tip because you'll like lose the tip, it gets banished. But it is like another card that'll out the rise heart. So my 6 non-engine, I had 2 Dogoron and 1 Gamma Seal. This at first was like Alex Buell convinced me to play this card because if I have a Baron on board and I give them Dogoron, when I use Mole Cricket, I still get 2 monsters out because I'm still tied for the highest attack. So he gave me a Dogoron, and then I just needed another Kaiju like last minute, so someone gave me a Gamma Seal, so that's why I played the 1 Gamma Seal.
But it would have been 3 Dogoron?
It probably would have been 3 Dogoron if I had the 3rd. The Gamma Seal, the attack honestly like never really mattered. I would just like give them the Kaiju and then like immediately Mole Cricket. So like its attack being, I think the 3K came up once when I OTK'd someone because I drew Dogoron and Gamma Seal, gave them Gamma Seal, summoned Dogoron. And I had like 3 Naturia blessings, so I went like 10,000 damage in battle phase at one time. That was like the only time I've ever OTK'd with this deck. These were insane the entire tournament. Every Cash player was just like, I lost 10 die rolls out of like 13 rounds. So I went second all the time. Every time Cash would just like make some small board of a Rise Heart, I'd just go Kaiju or the last card, 3 Infirm. I would just draw any combination of like one of these with like 2 runic spells and like a Mole Cricket, and I would just win every game 1.
Did the Imperm feel good?
The Imperm was amazing. It's just like it's just another Alto Rise Heart. I never really use it as a hand trap. I never really use it going first because I barely won die rolls. So it's just kind of like the 6 card to draw, just negate a Rise Heart, normal Mole Cricket, and crack the board. Yeah, this card like definitely overperformed. The few times I did go first, it was great to like draw off the runic spells, and then you have a thing to set. And then like cash is like, if you have like 2 imperms set, it doesn't really like 2 imperms and a Naturia Beast, like cash cannot beat that at all. So these are amazing. I don't think I would change.
You're amazing.
I don't think I would change pretty much anything in the main deck. I was a big fan of it. Like Foolish Goods, even. I thought Foolish Goods at first wasn't like very good. Just going second against a Rise Heart, you can't really resolve it. But it mattering, like just having like an out to the Rise Heart and then Foolish Goods, just another copy of the Naturia card. Because if you got the Rise Heart and then you can resolve Mole Cricket, the game's over, like always.
Mole Cricket's so much value. That card's crazy.
That card's insane. This will do extra. The extra deck for Naturia is like pretty standard. There's not a lot of room. Donner as the only Link monster. Just spot removal for so much.
The most powerful Link 2 Yu-Gi-Oh has to offer.
Yeah, it's actually insane. But it came up a lot. That card's really good. Level 6 Synchros, Coral, Stardust. You make these just about every single game. Draw a card, like if you're just like only access to runic spells. This came up to like out cards a lot too. You just use the discard effect, like pitch a Sacred Tree.
Win the game.
Yeah, out something in the search. These are great. Beast Barkion. I made this once, I lost the game I made it. I made this every going first hand. This card won me so many games. I like blind made it against the mirror and they just insta scoop.
You used to not make that card a lot. I remember you telling me at first that it was better to like Baron pass. What changed?
What changed was like my hands really. I usually always go Baron, but like I said, like I lost pretty much every single die roll. And the few times that I did win the die roll, I would just open Insane. I would open like Camellia with Blessing. And Camellia Blessing, Runic Spell just gives you Naturia Beast, Baron, and Mole Cricket. So just like always end on that, and they would just like scoop. Every time I went first, my opponent scooped without me knowing what they were on.
Oh jeez. Best deck.
Yeah. And then the 2 level 10s. Make Baron every single match. I made Xing probably twice. It was good neither of those times. I honestly think about I might play just 2 Baron. This like Cash would like oftentimes like rip this out of my extra deck. And this was, I don't know, it just like never came up for me. Like it's come up a couple times, but it was never just like insane. Like if it was a second Baron, it'd probably just like do the same thing. Seed monsters, 1 Baguska, 1 Dugaris, 1 Exciton. This is the best card in my extra deck. Exciton is insane. Baby Zeus. Zeus, pre-Zeus, dude. This card is disgusting.
Zeus isn't good for you because you can't really go to the battle phase often.
Yeah. So you need his little baby brother.
Would you play a second copy of that over the second copy of Baron?
Probably. No. I would probably cut one of these. I made Dugaris twice. It was bad both times. I made Baguska once in like the Brandon matchup. It was okay. It was like only for that matchup, but the Branded is like pretty easy. Like that matchup's like super like if they gimmick puppet you, you just have runic spells, normal Mole Cricket pass, and they can't kill you. When you go first, like they just can't play through your board at all. Like Naturia Beast just solos the whole deck, so you like never really need this card.
It really does.
Dugaris was pretty good against the Sword Soul guy.
Yeah, Dugaris. I think I like used his revive effect once, and I used his draw like both the other 2 times I used his draw effect, and like I drew nothing. But you might need it. Like one of my buddies was playing Emerald. I might try that.
I got one.
Emerald
What would be the benefit of that over it?
it
Draw
gives you
2
more
sounds
grind.
better.
It gives you more grind game. You shuffle in like your
So
Naturia
in
engine.
my
I guess that's
Back
fair.
to the
Yeah.
deck. It's cute. I don't know if you need it. And then the Runics.
I do have that.
I chose, these are the standard. I chose the main deck Moonin. I played it a Philly Regional the week before, and I forgot to put this anywhere on my deck list, and I lost. I drew 1 match, and then I lost another match because I didn't have this anywhere. And Omega was in its slot. I was playing Gamma at the time. Omega never came up. and I just took out the Starlight because this card was just like way better. It helps you dodge Cosmic Cyclone so many times. I won a game because I activated a Runick spell, and my opponent just let it resolve. So I just like summoned this game 2, and they couldn't Cosmic my Fountain anymore. And then I think I probably won in time. Actually, I don't think I won in time at all with this. The one time I was going to time with it, Cash ripped it out of my extra deck.
Oh no!
But it was more there just to like dodge Baylor or dodge a Cosmic Cyclone.
It's nice that your time card has utility for that.
Yeah, the card's sweet. Side deck.
And if they resolve Cosmic or even activate it, you won in time.
It's true. Best card in the side deck. 3 Super Ancient Organism. It's broken against Branded, first or second. Every time I went first against Cash, I drew this, except for top 64, of course. You just like win every game this card flips. You can make Naturia Beast, like you just like use your Naturia engine, make Naturia Beast, Mole Cricket, and then when they like go to try and like battle phase and break your board, you just flip this, and then they like just scoop on the spot like 90% of the time. They just can't.
A lot of decks can't do shit against that card.
If you have this and Naturia Beast, they can't out it. Like they have Cosmic Cyclone to like try and out this. Like they have to go to the extra deck, and then they go to the extra deck. You get Mole Cricket tag out for Sunflower, and then they just can't do anything. 90% of the time, Cash players would just scoop when they saw this card flip. The MVP apparently for everyone was Kurikara. This was a last minute addition. This card was disgusting. It won me so many games. Every time I drew it, I won. I won in the mirror. They had like Naturia Beast, so I just like summoned this. I ended my turn with their Naturia Beast at my own Naturia Beast. Against Sword Soul, they like used Ecclesia on my turn, and then I just like Kurikara over like the monster they summoned because they activated it for some reason. And then I took their level 10 Sword Soul Synchro and burned them for time.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, this card was disgusting. 3 Ash. I played this because of Branded. I think I only sided it in one time. Wasn't very good. I didn't draw it. Branded's free anyway. I might even cut this. I'm not worried about Branded. Next format, probably. Branded's like a lot scarier. A lot scarier, but for right now, I don't think you need it. Evenly matched. This was the worst card in my side deck. I didn't touch it once.
You don't get a battle phase.
Yeah, you have to hard open it. I didn't play against any Labyrinth or anything. I didn't really like it versus Cash because they're all just like, doing a Rise Heart. So I literally never put this card in. It was wasted slot, honestly. And then the last was 2 Dark Hole and a Duster. I put in the Duster I wanted more back row removal for Labyrinth that wasn't evenly matched because I don't want to get Iron Walled for my life. This was like surprisingly good against Cash because like I said, they would just like set up a Rise Heart and then set a bunch of back row like Imperms or like their Lances or Chalice maybe. So you just like Duster their board and then all you have to do is deal with a Rise Heart, which is like pretty easy.
That deals with the follow-up too, hitting the Birth.
Yeah, and Birth is like the scariest card in that deck. It just like, it checks the whole Runick engine. It gets rid of the grind game for Naturia. Birth is like way too strong. Dark Hole is also for Cash. I thought about like maybe you could put it in versus Sprite, but I played against Sprite one time. He made like super mega board. I couldn't kill him anyway.
Were you ever punished by Goliath being attached to the Arise Heart?
No one ever attached to Goliath. Pretty much most of the time when they activate Prosperity, they attach Garura first. So you just like every time they had Prosperity, they would just like attach Garura, and then I would Dark Hole them. And
like if you attach Garura first, you're playing into Dark Hole and stuff, but you're playing around Kaiju's because you're letting yourself get some sort of value if you get Kaiju or Eclipse or something.
Also, post game 1, a lot of the times they would like try and go for like a lot, like they would try and go for the Lock 5 but not like get it. They would just go for Diabolos, like rip a bunch of cards out of my deck. So this was just good to like clear the board, and it's just like another pop on the Shangri-La. That was like one of the biggest problems, was like hard to clear that card. 3,000 booty that it can protect stuff from being a short is really hard because most of the time we out cards with Donner or Baron or Coral Dragon.
Oh yeah, so all your removal's dead against that card.
Yeah, so it's just like it just stays up forever. So we have to use like a Freezing Curse or an Imperm to negate it and then pop it. So it's like 2 for 1 off the card that got a card on standby phase. It's that card's hard to deal with.
Playing this deck, this format, did you pick it because you felt like it was the best deck of the format, or did you feel like it was the best deck for you in the format?
I picked it at first just because I enjoy playing the Runick cards a lot. And I think synchroing was like the best way to play it. I tried Naturia or Runick Sprite in like older formats, and I wasn't like a big fan of them because a lot of times you get like locked up in the extra monster zone. So I really like the Naturia cards. Naturia Beast is disgusting. Every time someone summoned a Beast against me, I would just like want to die. So I was like, why not play that card? And then it just like turned out to be insane. Like it's really good against Cash. The only matchups I'm really afraid of is Sprite for the most part, because when they go first, the board's like really hard to break. But
For any deck, it's insane.
Exactly.
They go so wide, and they go in the spell trap zones, and they have room for hand trap.
Yeah, it's like they have too much like spell trap removal. They were like doing like the Melfi thing now, and then someone like made Herald of Arclight against me like after negating the thing. So that was like a rough matchup, but everything else feels like insane. The mirror is a little wonky, but against Cash it's disgusting. Against a lot of other rogue decks, Flu, it just like naturally beats them. So I really enjoyed the deck, and I think that was like the main reason I just kept playing it. I picked it up and just didn't stop playing it.
Do you have any final thoughts or anything?
Not really. This deck's insane. Hopefully it doesn't get slaughtered on a ban list. Hopefully it's just Cash, and then maybe we'll play it at Philly.
Yeah, then we'll get the top YCS Philly deck profile too.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, boss. Congratulations.
Thank you.